Good morning to all the students. Today we are going to start plant kingdom. Before learning about plant kingdom, it is very important to know about the 5 kingdom system of classification which will be in the chapter biological classification. Because if you know that 5 kingdom system of classification only, from that we can elucidate the kingdom Plantae and its divisions in detail. So, first let us start our understanding with 5 kingdom system of classification. When we are dealing with biological classification, we will learn about 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 kingdoms, of which 5 kingdom system of classification is widely accepted, which is given by R.H. Whittaker, where he has classified the living organisms into 5 kingdoms. First kingdom, kingdom Monera. Second, kingdom Protista. Third, kingdom Fungi. Fourth, kingdom Plantae. And fifth is kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Monera includes all those organisms which are unicellular and prokaryotic. It includes all unicellular and prokaryotic organisms, unicellular prokaryotes. Whereas here if you see under Protista, it includes all the unicellular eukaryotes. Whereas fungi includes multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms. Multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms. Kingdom Plantae includes multicellular eukaryotic autotrophic organisms. Here if you see up to tissue level of organization will be, here up to organ system level of organization it is. Okay. This includes all the multicellular eukaryotic autotrophic organisms. And then kingdom Animalia, you know, it includes multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms, but fungi has what type of organization? Tissue level of organization. Here it is organ system, level of organization. Here it is above organ system level of organization. In Animalia, it includes organism level of organization. In simple terms, you put it multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic or holozoic organisms. Clear, right? Now we have to elucidate the kingdom Plantae in detail. Okay, we have to elucidate the kingdom Plantae. Observe carefully, ma. So, a gist of it: 5 kingdom system of classification: Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. What type of organisms involved in Monera? Unicellular prokaryotic. Under Protista, unicellular eukaryotic. Fungi includes multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic organisms which is up to tissue level of organization. Plantae, multicellular eukaryotic autotrophic organisms which is up to organ system level of organization. Animalia, multicellular eukaryotic holozoic or heterotrophic organisms, which is further divided into 9 phyla. Kingdom Plantae is divided into 5 divisions. Kingdom Plantae. It is divided into 5 divisions. First division, if you see, includes Thallophyta. Thallophyta, which includes algae. Second, Bryophyta. Third, Pteridophyta. Fourth, Gymnosperms. And advanced division of Kingdom Plantae includes Angiosperms. Gymnosperms and Angiosperms comes under spermatophytes. Spermatophytes. Gymnosperms and Angiosperms comes under spermatophytes. They are seed bearing plants. They are also addressed as phanerogams. Whereas algae, bryo and pteridophytes included under cryptogams. Cryptogams or non-spermatophytes. They are involved under cryptogams or non-spermatophytes. Okay. So, Kingdom Plantae is elucidated to 5 divisions. First 3 are cryptogams or non-spermatophytes, which are non-flowering plants and non-seed bearing plants. Includes Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. Got it? And Gymnosperms and Angiosperms comes under spermatophytes or phanerogams. The common or most noted phenomena of Kingdom Plantae is it exhibits all the 5 divisions of Kingdom Plantae exhibits alternation of generations. Okay. Kingdom Plantae exhibits alternation of generations. Kingdom Plantae exhibits alternation of generations. What are the 2 generations that you come across? What are the 2 generations? One is gametophytic generation, gametophytic or gametophyte. Second is sporophytic generation. Gametophytic generation includes haploid phase, sporophytic generation includes diploid phase. Likewise, all the 5 divisions of Kingdom Plantae will exhibit alternation of generations. Here if you observe first division, that is division algae. Then bryophytes, then pterido, gymnosperms, and then angiosperms. The dominant phase, the dominant generation in gymnosperms and angiosperms is sporophytic generation. Remember that in both gymnosperms and angiosperms, the dominant phase is sporophytic generation. Sporophytic generation. Here in Bryophytes and Pteridophytes, it exhibits equal alternation of generations, that is, it has equal gametophytic phase and sporophytic phase, equal phases. Okay, both. What is the dominant phase here? Here the dominant phase is gametophyte. Here the dominant phase is sporophyte. Fine, right? Here sporophyte is dependent on gametophyte. Sporophyte is dependent on gametophyte. Here both gametophyte and sporophyte are independent to each other. Gametophyte and sporophyte are independent to each other. Next is algae. In algae, the dominant phase is again gametophyte. Sporophyte is very negligible and sporophyte is dependent on gametophyte here as well. So, what did we learn in the beginning phase? Kingdom Plantae exhibits alternation of generations in all the 5 divisions. If you observe algae, the dominant phase is gametophytic phase, which is haploid. Bryophytes and Pteridophytes, in Bryo the dominant phase is gametophyte. Sporophyte is dependent on gametophyte for nutrition and for shelter. Pteridophytes, sporophyte is the dominant phase, but here both gametophyte and sporophyte are independent to each other. Gymnosperms and angiosperms, dominant phase is sporophytic generation. Clear, right? This is all about Kingdom Plantae. You have to know few more terminologies or few more basic introductory concepts of all the 5 divisions. Algae we are going to discuss in detail today. Bryophytes are the first terrestrial cryptogams, remember, and they are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom because their habitat is moist, sandy and shady habitat. Bryophytes habitat is moist, sandy and shady habitat, but then they are dependent on water for fertilization. That is the reason Bryophytes are addressed as amphibians of plant kingdom and they are the first terrestrial cryptogams. Next is Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the first terrestrial vascular cryptogams, and the first archegoniates and embryophytes are Bryophytes itself. First embryo is formed here only in Bryophytes and first female sex organ, that is archegonium, is observed in Bryophytes only. And Pteridophytes, first vascular tissues are observed in Pteridophytes. So, they are addressed as first terrestrial vascular cryptogams. Gymnosperms, they produce seeds. Both gymno and angiosperms are spermatophytes, but then there is no seed coat over the seed in gymnosperms. Seed coat is absent. Got it? So, these synonyms you have to remember, those are very important. Just a second. Yeah, just take down all the synonyms. First about Bryophytes, these are first terrestrial cryptogams known as amphibians of plant kingdom. These are known as amphibians of plant kingdom and they are first terrestrial cryptogams known as amphibians of plant kingdom, and first archegonium is observed here itself. So, these are first archegoniates and first embryophytes. Got it? Next is about pteridophytes. These are first terrestrial vascular cryptogams. These are first terrestrial vascular cryptogams. What they are? Pteridophytes, and these are known as first tracheophytes. Because the vascular tissue that is common in all the vascular plants is tracheates. So, the first tracheate exhibited organisms are pteridophytes. So, they are addressed as first tracheophytes. Got it? So, this is all about the 5 divisions, about their dominant phases, alternation of generations, and the common terms that are used as synonyms for these divisions. One more concept that you have to be clear with is what is the male reproductive structure and female reproductive structure in all these 5 divisions. If these basics are clear to you, then you can deal with plant kingdom happily, morphology happily, and from NCERT 12, sexual reproduction of flowering plants also get easy for you. That is the reason I am giving you the complete basic picture starting from 5 kingdom system of classification. We have first elucidated kingdom Plantae, and then taking kingdom Plantae, alternation of generations, then the most common noted terms, introductory part of Bryopteridogymnoangio, and now about sex organs and male and female gametophytes of all the 5 divisions. Male and female sex organs. So, here if you observe, male reproductive structure, and male gametophyte as well. Male gametophyte. What is male gametophyte? The male gamete bearing plant body is known as male gametophyte. Next, female reproductive structure and female gametophyte. Yes. So, here if you observe, first is male reproductive structure in algae. It just most of the algae, if you observe green algae, they are mostly unicellular, colonial, filamentous, this type of algae is there. So, you just have the male reproductive structure and gametophyte as antheridia. This antheridia is also if it is following oogamous type of sexual reproduction. And here the female reproductive structure, if it is oogamous type of sexual reproduction, then oogonium is present. Fine, right? Antheridium and oogonium. Next, in bryophytes, if you see, antheridium is the male reproductive structure, antheridium, and gametophyte is antheridia or anthrozoid, which is biflagellated. Okay, and then here it is archegonium, and female gamete is egg cell. Same the case with bryophytes, it is same. Whereas in gymnosperms, male reproductive structure is antheridium, but then which is known as male cone, and gametophyte is pollen grain. Here it is female cone, and egg is present inside the archegonium. Coming to angiosperms, which is advanced division of kingdom Plantae. Here if you observe, male reproductive structure includes andrecium and pollen grain is male gametophyte. Female reproductive structure includes pistil or gynoecium. It includes female reproductive structure includes gynoecium, and egg cell is present or female gametophyte is embryo sac. This is the complete information that you have to know. Firstly, 5 kingdoms, then all the 5 divisions, followed by kingdom Plantae. From that 5 divisions, what are the alternation of generations, which is the dominant phase in each division. What are the synonyms that you have to remember in the introductory part of bryophytes and pteridophytes. Later if you see kingdom Plantae, male sex organ and female sex organs, male gametophyte and female gametophyte of all the 5 divisions. Now, algae, if you see, we have already discussed that division algae includes all the unicellular, all the chlorophyll bearing simple thalloid organisms. That is why this is recognized as thallophyta. Thallophyta, because it is thalloid type of plant body, which is chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid and autotrophic. These are largely aquatic. Okay, these are largely aquatic, which includes both freshwater and marine water habitat. Freshwater and marine water habitat. There are some symbionts also, like lichens. These lichens are formed by the association of algae and fungi. Algae will provide nutrition to the fungi. Fungi gets the shelter. Fungi gives the shelter to algae. In lichens, the algal component is known as phycobiont, and it is only 5% in total lichen composition. In total lichens, algae, which is also known as phycobiont, is just 5%. Then sloth bear. Over the sloth bear, the algae will grow, and this gives camouflage phenomena where sloth bear can escape from the predators. Sloth bear can escape from predators, whereas sloth bear in turn giving shelter to the algae. These are different modes of habitat. What are the organisms? How can we describe all the organisms present in the division algae? Algae is also addressed as Thallophyta, includes chlorophyll bearing, simple, thalloid, autotrophic organisms. They are largely aquatic, which includes both freshwater and marine water habitat. Some of them are symbionts as well. Symbionts in lichens, if you see, phycobiont and mycobiont. Phycobiont is the algal component in lichen, which is only 5%. It provides nutrition to the fungal component, and mycobiont in turn provides shelter. In sloth bear, if you see in the symbiotic association, sloth bear gets the effect of camouflage where it can escape from the predators, but then sloth bear in turn provides what? Shelter to the algae. This is the image of the sloth bear over which the complete algae is present. Next, algae is highly variable in its size, shape and form. If you observe, unicellular algae includes Chlamydomonas. All the examples are important. Colonial forms of algae include volvox and Eudorina. Filamentous algae includes Ulothrix and Spirogyra. Marine forms includes kelps. Marine forms includes what? Kelps. They form massive plant bodies. So, algae is highly variable in form and size. Unicellular includes Chlamydomonas, colonial forms, volvox and Eudorina, filamentous, Ulothrix and Spirogyra. Marine forms include kelps. This forms massive plant bodies. Here you can see the clear images of unicellular green algae, that is Chlamydomonas. This is unicellular green algae. Volvox, multicellular colonial green algae. Spirogyra, can you see these microscopic images, which is filamentous green algae? Then kelps, which are largely found in the marine forms. Brown algae, that is Ectocarpus, which is profusely branched into kelps. Next, vascular tissues are completely absent in the algae. Next, reproduction. Vegetative, asexual and sexual modes. 3 modes of reproduction is present. Vegetative mode of reproduction is via fragmentation, where each fragment later develops into a new thalloid organism. Where, for example, if I have to take a filamentous green algae, each fragment later dissociates. After fragmentation of the filamentous algae, each fragment will develop into a new thallus. Each fragment develops into a new thallus. Got it? This is of vegetative reproduction, that is fragmentation. Asexual reproduction is via spores. Zoospores are motile spores, motile asexual spores which are flagellated. Aplanospores are non-motile spores. Non-motile asexual spores, their movement is facilitated by water body or water currents. Hypnospores, the spores which are released during unfavorable conditions are known as hypnospores. Hypnospores are the spores which are released in unfavorable conditions. Next, sex organs are unicellular and non-jacketed. They are unicellular and non-jacketed sex organs. 2 gametes which are same in their size and shape, they are isogamous. Anisogamous, 1, 2. Both male and female gametes, if they are similar in their structure and physiology, then it is isogamous mode of sexual reproduction. Anisogamous, if both the male and female gametes are either different in the structure or different in their physiology, they are of anisogamous mode of sexual reproduction. Oogamous mode of sexual reproduction includes one large non-motile female gamete and one small motile male gamete. Oogamous type of reproduction includes one large non-motile female gamete and one small motile male gamete. These are three different modes of reproduction. Vegetative, asexual reproduction is via spores, those are asexual spores. Motile asexual spores include zoospores. Non-motile asexual spores include aplanospores, and hypnospores are the asexual spores which are released during unfavorable conditions. Then sexual spores include sex organs which are unicellular and non-jacketed, isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous mode of sexual reproduction. See, these are three asexual spores: zoospores, aplanospores and hypnospores. And then here at last we are going to discuss sexual reproduction, and we will stop here. So, sexual reproduction I told you, right? One is isogamous. This is isogamous, mostly observed in Spirogyra, Eulothrix and Chlamydomonas. Here can you observe both male and female gametes are similar in their structure and shape. Motile isogamous, motile gametes with isogamous mode of reproduction, example is Eulothrix. Non-motile isogamous reproduction example is Spirogyra. Anisogamous, male gamete and female gamete are either different in their structure or physiology, example includes Eudorina. Next, large non-motile female gamete, small motile male gamete includes Volvox, Fucus and Polysiphonia. These are the examples which you have to remember for sure. Okay, these are the examples for isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous mode of reproduction. So, the key takeaways of today's session, what we have learnt. Okay, from kingdom Plantae we have elucidated all the 5 divisions of kingdom Plantae by taking the standard 5 kingdom system of classification. Kingdom Plantae, again 5 divisions. These 5 divisions we have learnt under cryptogams, which are non-spermatophytes, algae, Bryopterido, and phanerogams, spermatophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Then the kingdom Plantae exhibits alternation of generations where we have gametophyte and sporophytic phases as 2 generations, which is the dominant phase in all the 5 divisions we have exercised. Next, bryophytes, all the synonyms which we use for the bryophytes, these are the first terrestrial cryptogams, amphibians of plant kingdom, first archegoniates, first embryophytes. Pteridophytes, if you observe, they are the first terrestrial vascular cryptogams. As tracheates are present in this vascular tissue, they are known as first tracheophytes. And then we have also observed male and female reproductive structures with male and female gametophytes of all the 5 divisions, and then we have completely looked into the general characteristic features of algae with examples, their habitat, symbiotic association, different varied forms like unicellular, colonial, filamentous and large marine forms like kelps. Then we have looked into the complete reproductive parts like vegetative, asexual mode of reproduction by spores and sexual mode of reproduction, isogamous, anisogamous and oogamous with examples. These are the key takeaways. At the end, if I have to suggest that how far is this class useful for what chapters in your intermediate, if you listen this class, this gives you an easy understanding of plant kingdom and morphology of your NCERT 11 and sexual reproduction of flowering plants in your NCERT 12. Yeah. So, till here it is done, and tomorrow we are going to start Mendelian genetics. Thank you.